seems inconsistent. I'm figuring she's about 6 to 8 years old. I always thought she was younger. She just seems mature for her age. She has a daughter. She has more than one daughter, but her middle daughter would probably be best friends with Giller in 5 minutes, she said.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just go right up to him.
That kind of personality, right?
Yeah, just, like, super open, I guess. I believe Rachel's response to the fact that her doll stopped talking is not that she doesn't know or understand exactly what happened to Giller, but she knows it's not a good sign. I think she continues to talk to the doll to force a false pretense of hope, like when a kid gets older and they find spoiler. She said spoiler. And they find out that Santa's not real.
Oh,
I know, right? Sorry if I scarred you for life.
I mean, if you're younger than 18, technically, maybe you shouldn't be listening. But
Santa's real. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
And we're not going to make you not listen. So welcome, all.
It is easier to continue to believe because the benefits outweigh the alternative. So, like, it's easier to just pretend like she's not, like, dead, just like Giller's not dead. Or that Giller is not dead, so Sarah, you understand. That was me, that was not her. I was confusing. She's straightforward. Giller starts the magic, and Rachel just continues the story. So, and she says, and don't we fuck up our kids' heads with Christmas? Parents lie to their kids that someone will break into their home and leave gifts, but don't take candy from strangers.
And we're not going to try and shoot him. It's totally fine.
She says, I hear Nate say, maybe she's saying that she hears Nate saying, she hears you saying that.
Oh. Right.
She hears you saying, don't take candy from strangers. Which is why I think that when they hear her, or then when they tell her she can't go give grandma the bread, she doesn't react appropriately. When kids are around kinder first, they still have the baby mentality of out of sight, out of mind. So it's not her real grandma, not sure she ever had one, or sure she'd ever had one. So she doesn't give much thought to it. But damn it, Seeker, what's your excuse? Just like what we were saying, like,
it was pretty obvious. Like, what, you just abandoned your grandma, you little shit? How dare you? I just realized Al was saying something about toasts. He says toasts were actually born out of distrust. You're supposed to hit the glasses enough that a little bit of the drink gets into each glass. That way, if one of them is poisoned, they all get poisoned. I didn't know that was a thing, but it seems really dumb that a lot of bars use glasses then.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, but yeah, my first thought is that usually when Nate cheers too hard, the glasses are getting broke, okay?
Now, there was a time when I was playing open mic, and I would go to the bar, and I would get the tall boy, because they had those big giant mugs, and they were $2 tall boys, and it was awesome. And I would play music and drink beer, and it was fantastic. But there was a night where a friend and I had our fair share, and we were 21, so we just started drinking in public, I'll say.
You waited to drink till you were 21. Let's be real.
Of course, I'm a responsible, good person. And we got pretty well there, and I believe we broke like 4 glasses from cheersing, and they were like, okay, you did it once, it can happen, it's fine. And they just gave us refills, and they were very nice about it, and they swept it up, and we apologized profusely. And then, like, 10 minutes later, we did it again.
Yeah.
It was not great. It was not a proud moment.
At some time, you just don't get cups anymore.
Then they bring out the little plastic ones and, like, here, this is...
No, I think at some point they're like, you know what?
Or you leave.
You guys can go home and break your own glasses.
Yeah. Go break your own shit, not ours. Oh, yeah. And he's like, yeah, well, when this started, they were made out of wood or metal.
Which makes way more sense.
Definitely.
And Samantha joined us. Hi, Samantha.
What's up? Oh, I think she was the one who had the whiskey and Verner's, which, if you haven't heard, We are drinking right
That's
now.
what we're drinking. Well, I was. It's gone. I
It
drank it all.
was. Yeah, well, it's
'Cause it
it's
was
good.
Okay. So then she says, Desiree says, when Kaylin's rocking and coddling Rachel, I believe it's more about her personal experiences. Her personal experiences climaxing. Maybe that's why I said experiences, because climax makes me think like experiments is what she
That's
meant.
another thing.
That's a whole other thing she was talking about.
Experimenting your way to climax. Oh, Samantha, we did very, very much.
Yeah.
Jade's glass is gone, and so now she's trying to steal mine, and
It's
I'm
working.
hesitant to share. It is working, but it is also very tasty. So thank you.
Yes, appreciates that a lot. Ben also, or not Ben, sorry. My brain's broken. I can't read the screen from where I'm sitting super easily. That's why that happened. Jared says that bars need sippy cups for that situation.
After you break a glass.
Yeah, once you get too far gone that you're just smashing all their glasses.
Like a dunce cap for a bar. That'd be awesome.
I'm actually surprised that they don't have sippy cups for people, because I tend to spill a lot.
It happens.
It
happens.
I think maybe I'm close. I think maybe, especially the people who listen to this, are going to picture me as sort of like an olive oil, like just clumsy draft, just flying everywhere, and then also cutting myself in the process.
No. You're not olive oil. You are, if anything, the little girl May from Totoro, but grown up.
Yeah, I love her.
What is it? Graciousness be damned.
Yeah.
You are who you are, and I love you.
Well, thank ya.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, all right. She's talking about Kaylin, and she's like, she's been through a lot. Seeing a homeless lost child seems like too much. I've been in cases where I've cared for seemingly neglected children, and your heart just melts with what they've been going through. Not to mention Richard and Kaylin just got into a fight about not being together, and I'm sure she's thinking about what motherhood would look like for her, even though she can't.
Right. Even though it's not a possibility.
Right.
Excuse me.
A child that's in need will definitely appreciate the emotional connection because they don't have anybody and will take affection from anybody. Most kids will actually take the abuse from Violet, suppressing her feelings and making like a weird connection with Violet. Yeah, like Stockholm.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, you're like, this is okay. I like you, even though you're a horrible person. She mentions that they got to experience what 2319 was related to, like they got to experience you learning that live, and she thought that was really really good. She liked that.
I couldn't believe that I didn't remember that. I still feel that's why I like to make the joke now. I'm like, I get it now, guys. I totally get it. 2319.
Yeah, I can't either. This is why I quiz you and our kids on the Disney stuff all the time, so that situations like that don't happen to you in public. I'm trying to save you.
Well, thank you, Jade. It's a good thing I'm not doing any sort of public speaking or anything over the internet that could be accessible to large amounts of people.
Yeah. Good thing.
Good thing.
She says that she thinks the timeless look is like the smaller.
Oh, yeah.
And then she said you probably just pictured Richard doing that. I see a timeless look as more of like the sternest poker face.
Okay. I could see that.
So she took that to be like a little bit more literal than what we were maybe taking it as.
Yeah, I know before we were talking like I forgot who said it, but it was the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Like they're looking right through you. But I could see this too. Like the nothing on the face.
I feel like I would hate someone looking
the confessor's face
through me more than this. Like what she's describing, I'd be like, okay, I know what you're doing. You're doing like a distant, you're going into yourself. right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no, the other one is it could walk right in front of you and you just don't even register.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm here, bitch. Recognize. Or whatever.
Or whatever.
And then she said Caitlin's hair is magic, she guesses, so it wouldn't shed, which she thinks would be nice because she's got 3 girls and so hair everywhere.
Oof.
Much like our house used to be. Nate used to have really long hair, and there was hair everywhere all the time. And I actually liked that because then they couldn't blame me for the long hair. I was like, nope, that's your dad's hair.
Oh, the clogs. Yeah, no, they're still happening, so wasn't me.
No. Okay, and she said she would guess that would make any hair that came out intentional. So since they're like queens, somebody usually probably brushes and cares for their hair for them.
Oh.
And when we recapped the conversation, she was thinking, Caitlin, my hair is the problem. Cut it off. Like, what the fuck? Why would she say, like, why would she jump to thinking her hair was the problem? Richard, cut it off.
Well, I don't know. What's the story I'm thinking of the strong man?
Samson?
Yeah, Samson, where he's strong as long as his hair isn't cut. Now we know that if a confessor tries to cut her own hair, it's very, very painful.
Yeah.
But somebody has to do it, right?
Right.
It's done by somebody else.
Right.
So yeah, they probably have somebody take care of it. It's like the royal hair.
Yeah. The royal.
Yeah, she's above a queen.
Well, and I'm guessing that the thought of cutting it all off is, well, I'm not guessing. She wrote down passion rules reason. So like it doesn't make sense that cutting all her hair off is going to like solve her confessor problems.
Right, but she's not thinking of it in those terms right now.
Right.
She's just like, well, just fucking get rid of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can be a normal person. But that wouldn't really solve any of her issues. All it would mean is that she couldn't prove that she's a confessor, really, probably.
Right, I mean...
Without confessing somebody.
The power would... right,
Yeah.
The power would still be there. So she could decide to show it off.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then she just says she's not a good woods person, period, even though she's well-traveled. She sees nothing when she's on watch. But she still loves her anyways. Side note, for episode 37 on Spreaker, Nate starts saying in a super positive voice how there was an issue before, but now everything seems to have gone, and then there's skipping sounds. And that's why we're drinking more beer. And you can't plan that shit. She really appreciated that, too.
I'm going to have to go and listen back. That's hilarious. And then it all goes bad and the mic's cut out. And you can hear me and Jade away from the mics like, holy shit, what was that? Are we still live? Oh, no.
And then she wraps us up by saying, I have nobody to read these books with me, so you are my book friends, and that is as cool as it sounds.
Fuck yeah.
The only reason I've missed the last live podcast was because I can't calculate time differences. So sad. One of these damn times I will join the podcast. And one of these damn times, honestly, I'm going to be better about posting about it ahead of time so that you guys can all be a part of it. Because I
Right.
really am not trying to exclude anybody. I just suck at socials. But she also says from one lacking on socials. And that's how she signs off. So I appreciate that.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I mean, we love these emails because, I mean, going live, we get to talk to you guys and get your opinions. Like, when we go through this chapter, me and Jade thought some certain way about the door, and Al had a different view. And, you know, everybody has a different view. So it's good to hear Desiree and Samantha and Jared and Jenny Lee and Jenna. Yeah, I think I nailed it.
And Samantha, actually, I know that I for sure have gotten a message from Samantha saying that, like, the book friends thing also. And actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of you who are here on our chat right now have actually sent us personal emails along those lines. So we love you all.
You know what? Book Friends has to be a thing. Maybe we make that a t-shirt eventually, or we can start with stickers. I can do stickers, y'all. You want some stickers? I'm real good at stickers.
Book fiends or something? I don't know. Make it cool. Gotta make it cool.
Do the small R.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a work in progress. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll work on it.
Get Back to you.
Very good. Well, I think that does it for tonight. If you guys enjoy